Hello, fellow patriots. So today is the day that nobody has been waiting for. It is election day, and after today, it will all be over, no matter the outcome, and it will probably all be over anyway. So let's talk about ending the election. Okay, so today, November 8th, obviously the big day, the day that everybody's been talking about. Will it be Hillary or Donald, or will something absolutely terrifying and crazy happen, in which case the election will be annulled and Obama takes a third term? Or what exactly is happening? I mean, people have predicted some of the craziest predictions for an election I have ever heard, and I voiced my little rant on my Facebook page today stating that I fully stand by the people who feel that if they don't know who to vote for, they don't vote. I think that people should take back their voice in not voting. I think it's a huge voice, and I think that the reason people are made to feel like they should vote and it's their right to vote, because if you don't vote, then the elite wouldn't have the facade to stand on anymore. I do feel like if we gave it an election cycle or two and we took a stance on not voting and not participating in this charade and picking one of two candidates that people always say are the lesser of two evils, which isn't something we should be putting in the head of state. It's just crazy to me that we entrust these people with the most authority in the land, in the world, and we know going in they're the lesser of two evils. Like, that's insane to me. The fact that third parties are left out, but even if you look into it, third parties are also rigged. The fact that Jill Stein is the Green Party candidate when really it should be Roseanne Barr. I've talked about this before. Roseanne Barr won the populist vote and should have been allowed to take the seat in the Green Party. And basically, upon investigation, they found out that Jill Stein has been given that seat for the last three terms running, and it's because there's an agenda and they don't want to take her out of it. So after finding this out, Roseanne Barr ran for a different party. She ended up running for like the Revolutionary Party or whatever it's called, and placed sixth during the general election in 3 states, which is huge because Jill Stein didn't even place, and I think she even was on par with like Bernie and Hillary and Trump, gaining traction like that. And it's just crazy because snuffed out and we don't hear about it. And just look at the coverage. When Jill Stein went to the Dakota Access Pipeline, she was there for a short amount of time, wrote her name like I Heart Jill Stein or something on the pipeline, and she commonly tweets about it, but there's not enough action being taken. These people are just puppets. The people in politics are scary cronies, and I don't buy into it. And I think that when you vote for somebody, you're really putting your name behind them, and I think participating in this game only perpetuates it for years to come. I think we're telling the establishment, okay, we'll participate and we're going to vote the lesser of two evils. Thanks for giving us our scraps. I just think it's ridiculous. I think we need to really take back our voice. I think the voice is not in the vote. I don't think Melma down the street at the polling place on 33rd and 19th is counting your ballots. I don't think that's happening. I don't think little old people are volunteering their time and counting up your names and sending it up to electorates. And no, I don't think that process is happening. I think the elite are laughing at all of us on election day on their yachts drinking champagne. I really think that this has been rigged from a long time ago, and I think this election term has been given to Hillary Clinton. I've said that before. I think she's going to take it. I noticed when Bernie Sanders wasn't getting the fair coverage, when Bernie Sanders wasn't being supported by DNC, when he was being locked out with voter fraud, with polling places being closed, or 3 million people in New York City not being able to vote if they're independent. All of this stuff was going on. This was a way to give Hillary the Democratic ticket. Again, is happening in the election. She is going to get this ticket. It's been given to her. So as much as the people want to complain, they will find a way not to give your candidate the seat, no matter what happens. It's just the way that it's been going for so long. The 2000 election should have woke us all up. I mean, not only did they steal that election and take it from Gore, who won the popular vote of the people, and they gave it to George W. because he won the electorate vote, which is fucking gross. But right after it, 9/11 happened. Right after it, And I mean, it's just the absurdity in the fact that we're okay forgetting and not talking about our past. We're okay allowing authority figures to corral us into being complacent through fear. I don't put my name of approval on it. I think it's fucking disgusting. I think the bullies on both sides of the campaigning trail are awful. I think that the Trump supporters and their rhetoric has been gross and vicious, and I've heard it from people I know and used to like. So it is divisive and mean. However, I will say that it's just as vicious on the Democratic side. The people who aren't seeing the Hillary supporters going on crazy attack mode, it's insane. I mean, Hillary supporters are a weird breed. I mean, especially in the gay community. I don't understand, y'all. She is not supportive of the LGBT community, and it's as recent as 2013 that she just started giving support and voting in favor. But before that, she was always against and voting against, so I don't know who y'all are fooling. I don't know why you think Hillary Rodham is this cool feminist. I don't know why you think she votes in your favor. She never has. She never will. She is a warmonger, and she has blood money on her hands just via the Clinton Foundation. I mean, people don't want to talk about this stuff. Fuck the emails. I mean, the emails are not the biggest Clinton scandal. That's just making us privy to the shit that goes on behind the Clinton name. And I mean, Trump is no better. I'm not throwing weight in any of these fools' directions. I don't think any. I think Jill Stein is a joke. I think Bernie Sanders is a joke. And I think Gary Johnson is a joke. I think people in politics are a joke. And the fact that these people don't have anything past a 6th grade education makes me nervous. The fact that we have never heard a debate on what is going to happen of this country makes me fearful that they know that there won't be a future to us in this country. It just makes me nervous. You have really prominent political figures and talkies like news anchors and stuff, independent journalists talking about this election might not happen, about how no matter how the vote sways, something could happen higher up. There's, Obama may take or already has taken the seat as the head of the UN, making him the leader of the free world. I don't even know what that entails. The fact that he held that title for a term while he was president that negated his presidency of the United States but was never talked about on the media, that's a little weird. Weird stuff is happening. And this election, it's a false flag of sorts. I mean, I'm just becoming aware of how much this stuff happens and how frequent and how big and on a big scale this stuff can take place. And it's just an illusion. It's an act. And I think that us participating in it is us showing that we're complacent and we're fine being herded into, a narrow sect, a way of lifestyle. And I think it's us showing we're okay with it rather than us retaliating. We've seen what the retaliation of the people against the elite has done in the past. We know it's a good thing. We know that the elite need to be kept in check. And yet we pretend that's gone and not existent today because we have a democracy. It's just another word, folks. Like, we're just being duped. And so if you choose to go out and vote today, cool. I'm not telling anyone not to, but in a way I am. I'm saying, why are you wasting your time? Look into this stuff deeper. I'm saying, ask questions, and you should be allowed to, and you should be allowed to post on your social media that you're debating not voting because you don't see the good in putting your name behind somebody who's evil or a liar. And when people tell you if you don't vote, you're wasting your right, people died for your right to vote, well, they died for your right not to vote too. You're still taking a stance. It's not you're being lazy, it's that you're standing up for something and you're saying, no, this isn't good for me. I don't like these people. I don't want their policies. I don't want their way. I want to stand up and unite as a people and say we demand better and we should get better. If we can't get it through the process we have, let's demand a new process. I mean, yeah, they're gonna squeeze back and the government can make things really hard, but the people can make things hard too. And that's what this channel's about, raising your voice and complaining about things that we just do because it's the way that it's been done. No, don't settle for that. Say something. Just because old white men with saggy balls put it in place a long time ago doesn't mean we still have to do it that way. Let's stand up for something better and really show the future generations that our voice will be heard. I mean, seriously, do whatever you want with your voice, with your vote. But seriously, take these words into consideration. Think about what you're doing. Think about who you're putting your stamp of approval on. And think about what is really being affected. Do you think these votes are being counted? Do you think they leak higher up and you think the people choose? You don't think it's all a structure that's already been set in place and domino effect and it's already been chosen? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I really want to know. Please comment below, debate me. You can have any ideas that you wish. Nobody's wrong here. It's just some people are guided by truth and others are being blinded. So it's just be aware of where you are. If you are voting for Hillary because you're scared of Trump, then don't say you're supporting Hillary. Say you're voting out of fear of Trump. And same vice versa. If you're voting for, Trump because you're scared of Hillary, say that. Don't say you support Trump. Say you don't support Hillary and you weren't sure what to do. Just own up to what you're doing. Be accountable, because when you try to convince others that what you're doing is right but you really don't know, that's a scary place to be, because you're leading fucking people who are asleep, and that's scary, because you're asleep as well. So let's all wake up together. Let's all talk about what we could do in the future to make sure we don't get stuck with an election of putting through the lesser of two evils. It's not fair, it's not right, and we shouldn't have to do it. America is better than that, and to be true patriots, we should demand better than that. So think about it. Have a good election day. Stay stress-free and relax. I know it's tense out there. I cannot imagine what the polls are like. But anyway, take care of yourself and remember to breathe. Enjoy and peace.